Hello, so here's my STEM activity screencast. So first thing I did, I had to get started, just like in our readings and in the video, I did use the Earth as a model. So there's an example of how I got started to set up my investigation. For my first attempt, I tried matching the materials that we were given with the layers of the Earth. I put the cheesecloth on the top, and I did add the mesh underneath the gravel, and I had very dirty water. So switching it up, on my second attempt, I switched the sand and the alum, so I filtered through the sand first. The results were a little bit better, but still really dirty. In my third attempt, I added the coffee filter underneath of the cheesecloth, and I saw a significant difference. Although it was still really dirty, I felt that that really helped filter some of the dirt and filth out of the water. So moving forward, I tried adding the paper bag underneath of the sand to add a little more filtration. However, whenever the water was not filtering through the paper bag, I lifted up that layer and I saw how clean it was after just going through the sand. So what I did was I got rid of the paper bag and I got rid of the alum. So what happened was the water was still dirty and it looked a little bit black, more so than the other attempts, and it was kind of like the color of the charcoal. So for my last attempt, I switched the charcoal and the sand layers to try to get some of that color out of it. So my layers went cheesecloth, coffee filter, charcoal, sand, gravel, and mesh, and this did give me my best results. Although the water was still a little dirty and I wouldn't want to drink it, it gave me the best results of all of my attempts that I had. So for where this fell in the inquiry continuum that was given, I felt that there were some teacher-guided aspects of it, and then there were some learner self-directed aspects of it. So I kind of went into this explanation thinking of the students that went through this. So they were engaged in a question that was provided by the teacher, and the materials were provided. The students, however, were directed to find effective tools for filtering the water, and that included the necessary data for evaluating which tools were best for that. So I put that a little more learner self-directed because they were able to kind of decide how they were going to go through that. For the third one, in the examples given, the teachers did make the connections for the students. So the materials that they had, they connected them to the layers of the earth, and I felt that they were guided in those explanations of those tools and why they worked better in certain places. And for the evaluation of their explanation, the teachers were hoping that the students were to make the connections themselves, but I saw that eventually the students were told the connection to the Earth's layers and how to use that as a model, and how it filters our water. So I put that as the teacher guided because that one, at least in the video, I saw that they were going through and they had written it up on the board, and then in the engineering encounters I saw that the teachers did have to go back to that group of students and actually tell them to model it after the Earth. And then because of 3 and 4, I felt that their broad guidelines coming from the teachers helped to shape the students' communication on the activity. So I felt that it had some learning from the teacher as well as some inquiry-based learning where the students were able to make their own choices and go through the materials and interact in the investigation on their own.